Hi. Uh, so I've not heard from you for a while. Um, Let me walk you through the setup I have. As you can see, I use chaos damage now, and I don't have a lot of area of effect. Now there's a reason to all of it, but I'm going to slowly start with the setup. I have two weapon setups now, and one is for mapping, and the other one is for bossing. And yeah, let's start with this. As you can see, it fills my mana and then hits me a little bit, and it's great for custom elemental, which I have here with the combat. And okay, now out of the interesting things, well, this is essential really, because sometimes you get those massive hits from bosses which cause you to bleed, and you'll bleed out in like a second. So this is essential. Now the wand is like that. It's really good, but it's not perfect. I'm going to change it if I make the currency to do it. Now gloves, just regular standard gloves, which I tried to corrupt. Um, this setup needs a lot of hit points as well, so I just go with whatever that gives me life and strength, and my life gets converted to energy shield as well, so it's always a little bit of a bonus. Now in this case, this is just my regular mapping setup, so I'm trying to top up resistances and get some rarity on top of it. I had some better rings with more rarity, but whatever, I just started to use this so that I would have my resistances capped. As you can see, they are well beyond capped anyway. So the other ring is similar. You've seen this one. Yeah, just a second so that you can have a better look. This one has a lot of chaos resistance. It's a tier 1 roll plus chaos modifiers. Now you already know that this is the solar amulet. The shield. I suppose it could be better with a +4 to level of all spells and crit damage, but it would probably be better if it had more energy shield instead, and a +4 obviously, but more energy shield. And this is the Atziri I use now. Now this one is mad. I think this is just one of a kind. I've not seen any other exceptional free-socketed Atziris. I bought this one for 10 divines, and well, it's damage taken recouped as life obviously for me. And yeah, just good rarity as well. It could be better if it had, well, if it had more of that. It can go up to 30 with a lucky Val Orb, which I have on my other helmet. But it's just a 2-socketed one, and having 3 sockets here gives me one more passive skill point I can spend, so I just decided to go with that. Plus it feels a lot safer, because with the other helmet, damage taken bypasses energy shield is at 22. So you see your HP drop a lot, and actually you'll use HP quicker than you'll lose energy shield. So it's not great. As for HP and energy shield, it's not too bad. Yeah, okay, so the belt, basically maxing out resistances, but thinking about it, I could probably use a utility belt instead in here. Boots, I only got them recently. These are for energy shield, rarity, and well, it already had movement speed socketed, which works great. The character moves very fast. Now, as for my skills, I'll show you in a second why I have so much energy shield, but that's on the passive tree anyway. As for the damage, you can see the damage isn't great. It increases if I land crits and so on. And I have the Solar Orb gem socketed. Obviously it's for mapping, but I just don't swap those anymore since I don't die as easily as I used to. And here's my other setup, which is the actual mapping setup, because as you remember, this is the boss setup. Now, don't be shocked. Don't be shocked about the skull effect. It's called Dreaming Gloom. And this is the slow aura and enfeeble aura. The little effect here is extra chaos resist. But since I use two setups constantly, well, as you can see, yeah. Okay. Now the Dreaming Gloom shrine effect is from that. And there are other palms of the dreamer or whatever. No, I think those were called differently, but palm of something. And if you buy one which isn't corrupted and you use a Val Orb on it, it has a chance to turn into this. And I think those used to start at 300 divines. I'm not sure how much it is now. But basically, this is why I don't need much area. So I mean, it's still not too bad, but it's not perfect. Oh right, and the little time of need effect, which is something that heals me and cleanses negative statuses like slows, well, basically slows, elemental weaknesses, and so on. It's just great. Now, as you can see, when I try to start casting, I'm losing HP. When I start to cast Incinerate, just a quick look through the gems. Considered casting, Stoicism too, that, so, you know, no surprises here, and basically concentrated area instead of the other ones. And you can see that the damage dropped a lot, but it doesn't matter because all the mobs just kill themselves instead. This gives you, when they explode, equal to a quarter of their maximum life. So it actually scales up by itself. It doesn't depend on your damage, which is great if you're running like tier 16s with 17% delirium or more. You know, you just don't care about it anymore. I still can't run 150, but this is not maxed out gear. Okay, and Incinerate. Well, consider casting again. Extraction, which is what drops my HP, but it's 35% of damage extra chaos. Basically, all of my damage is chaos at the minute. 30% more damage and less area of effect again. Well, this one you'd probably know. So, well, channeling and stoicism, as again, I couldn't find anything better. Now, the real magic is what happened in my passive skill tree. I'm just going to start with those so that you can copy the notes if you want to. Basically, the time freeze is very useful against bosses so that you can hold them in place until you unleash full combo. But I could switch it actually. If I had to switch it, what's this? Increase cooldown recovery rate. Don't need it. Okay. Well, if I could, I think at this point I don't really need it, but it's a bit of a get out of jail free card. So if you end up being surrounded or something, you can just use time freeze to clean up half of your screen in seconds, and you know, it's actually useful. Now, this is going to be a bit more complicated. So I'll start from the left, walk you through the jewels, and yeah, so basically what you want is crit damage, crit spell damage. They both scale with spells, so that's probably not right, but still this is what gives you the most damage. So you just care about critical spell damage and critical chance and you know, elemental damage, spell damage, whatever. Actually, this game jewel isn't the best one because what we need is, I probably forgot to replace it. Well, this one you need maximum energy shield, obviously, and yeah, maximum energy shield. So this is what I wanted to show you. So you just go for maximum energy shield, crit damage, and crit spell damage, and whatever else you can roll on it, which is either spell damage. Actually, elemental damage is probably not. No, wait, it works because it still scales with Incinerate and Solar Orb, and then changes into Chaos. But if you get Chaos nodes, that helps as well, so you can just double your damage. Whatever, just copy the set. And yeah, so this doesn't. This is the way to do it. Now, obviously, the Chaos node and the recoup. Again, energy shield, life converted to energy shield, very good, because we have a lot of life in this build. Orbs. Now, 5% of damage taken bypasses energy shield. This is actually a good note. I had a little Excel spreadsheet I run, and it's really good for this build. Now, this is optional. You can pick a different node. As you can see, that's 5 points. But I couldn't pick better ones. I think because I did a little thing on the right hand side, which I'm going to show you in a minute. Damage as extra, whatever, is great. Now, the Solar Orb skills, obviously, critical hits, so that's damage. That's it's for recoup effect. Again, recoup. Those are all essential. You can't skip those. And this is critical, so that's damage, and both of those. Okay, so probably no surprises there. And then I'm just going to go from the top. Funny thing is, if you use this build, you don't need the pliable flesh socketed into your amulet anymore. So it's a big positive for this build. And yeah, energy shield, and this is a from nothing diamond, which allows some passives in radius of resonance to be allocated. Now, what it means is that you have a node, and then within vicinity of a small radius around that node, you can pick up passives, which I'm going to show you soon. Okay. Now this probably could be skipped. So we've got 2 and then 5, but damage as extra chaos. This is actually a very good node. But to get to it, I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nodes in general. So, I mean, those add a little bit of chaos damage, but they're not great. Now this is the playable flesh. As you can see, the mapping is around here. Now this is what that from nothing diamond does, and it allows us to grab nodes. And as you can see, there's another thing here called Heroic Tragedy Timeless Jewel. Now what you need to be very careful about when picking those, you need this exact number, because they're all different and they all change your nodes around it differently. Okay, so you need the this specific number, 1247. It's not ideal because it changes the node here, which is 53% damage to chaos and something else, but it also changes 2 of those, which is also not ideal, because this is actually the best. These are the best nodes that you can get, but you know, it's close enough to perfection, so I was quite happy to get it. Now, the reason I have so much energy shield is this: 40% max energy shield, and that's all within the passives. So 40%, again, 40% and lightning resistance, which doesn't matter, but you know, 40, 40, and another one. So I got 40% increased maximum energy shield nodes with this build. And this is what gives me this effect. So basically, whatever energy shield I get is times, I think, almost 9. It's 8.5 or something. So let's say, you know, this gives me nearly 2000. Let's see, 8, 9. Take it off. That's actually 8, 9, so 2,300 just from the boots, which aren't perfect anyway. So as you can see, the scaling is massive. And if I take off a tier, that's 8, 9. And there we have 6, 6. So that's 2.3. And that's actually the worst tier I have. The better one gives me a bigger buff. But I just wanted to show you the mapping setup. And yeah, this is pretty much it. And I have a special setup with just rarity for some of the bosses, but this is pretty much right way to run it. And I'm just hoping I can replace the one soon, so I can have damage as extra, all those three, possibly maxed, and well, crit spell damage and critical hit chance, just high rolls. As you can see, that's tier 2 roll, tier 3 roll, tier 4, again tier 3, so not perfect, but very good. Okay, thanks for watching.